Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? Hopefully you guys are doing pretty well. We're actually going to run this one back because the max level link skills have been implemented and I want to test out how much of a difference there is. Now my guy's at 90% potential with a heavy focus at level 20 for additional attack. As you can see, all the link skills are maxed out at level 10. I do have a friend lead at 100% potential. However, even though the heavy focus is also on additionals, the link skill levels are, still, level 4 to level 6. So I am going to be transforming my guy and using the friend lead as the supporter on the rotation, because pretty much once the transformation takes place for the strength cooler, essentially you'll be sharing all the link skills. So all the link skills at level 10 will be active, along with cooler providing a passive support, as well as another unit on the support, rotation providing support as well through the passive. So again, this is going to be the Kaioken mechanic. You guys seem to really enjoy the Tech Ultimate Gohan version of it not too long ago, so I had already planned on running this back and testing it out. So we're back at the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Broly Dokkan event. Of course, this is pretty much the setting where you can continue to stack attack or defense, and whatever the case applies. But Broly does have a lot of HP and a lot of defense, so this is a really good scenario to really test out the stack effect for the strength cooler. So again, we're starting off from I don't know what it was, like turn 3 or something, right? And we're progressively going throughout the course of the turns up to a max of 99 and see how things play out in terms of how much of a difference the max level links actually apply. So like I said, you can see that all the links are pretty much active every rotation because the two pair up very, very nicely. I mean, honestly, they're the same units, so of course they do. Now, the thing that makes the strength cooler very, very good, and this is pretty much common knowledge at this point, but I do want to cover it just in case, along with the ability to raise attack with every super attack, the passive skill is built into where Cooler does have the ability to launch an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super. It also performs a crit when there's a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans category enemy. So in combination of that, I do have level 20 toward additional, so you can expect a pretty decent amount of additional super attacks kick in. Not only that, guaranteed crits against the pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans category units, and obviously in this case they are pure Saiyan enemies. So pretty much going to be very, very nice, I guess, visually, because you're able to see crits activate pretty much entire duration. But yeah, I mean, this guy is, when the situation applies, this guy is a very, very phenomenal unit. And I've heard the stuff about the whole debate about the strength cooler versus the new Tech Ultimate Gohan. I mean, they're both good in their own way. I think the one thing to consider about the Tech Ultimate Gohan is just how good the unit is defensively, and also the fact that he has the ability to greatly raise attack and defense prior to the transformation. So again, different skill sets. Like the cooler, you have the launching an additional attack with a medium chance of becoming a super. When you're facing hybrid Saiyans or pure Saiyan enemies, it's guaranteed crits. So each brings something different to the table, and I pretty much like them equally, so I'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna prefer one over the other. Well, I guess if I'm being honest, I do like the root for the bad guy. So with that being said, I guess Cooler would be the answer for me. But either way, both are fantastic units and they're very good in their own way. So we're still early on. This is turn 9, but you can see the attack stats are building up quite a bit even at this level. And again, the link levels definitely do make a difference, and I guess we could cover it one by one. I'll have to pull up the in-game. Let me pull the information up in-game, and we can kind of talk about it while we kind of go through the turns and whatnot. But the grind itself is a little bit tedious for sure. I mean, the first, I would say up to level 5 is not too bad, and then once you get past that, especially in the region of level 8 through 10, it definitely does take a lot of time. So it's not meant to be done immediately. It's more or less just kind of do it over time, and that's pretty much the extent of it. So if you're grinding through it and getting a little discouraged, I wouldn't really, you know, don't beat yourself up too much about it. I mean, it's pretty intense as it is. So that's pretty much my advice is, you know, take it day by day, step by step, and go from there. All right, so in terms of like the links, the benefits you get out of that, I'm actually gonna have to pull that up because I'm gonna have to like quit the in-game stuff, and I don't necessarily want to do that right now because I have a run I'm going through. But so, all right, we'll start off with strongest clan in space. That at level 10 is ki +2 and enemy's defense minus 10%. So you know you do get an advantage with the ki boost and dropping enemy's defense. Thirst for Conquest is going to be attack and defense increase of 15%, whereas traditionally at level 1 is attack increase of only 15%. Now, Big Bad Bosses is definitely where I think most people were happy. Without the HP restriction, you have pretty much attack and defense increase of 25% at max level 10. And you do see the HP restriction slowly increase over the different levels, so it's not like you have to go from 1 to 10 immediately to, you know, get the full benefit. And that concept applies for every single link skill. Brutal Beatdown is attack increase of 15% at level 10. And let's see, Metamorphosis is going to be 5% HP recovery and attack and defense increase of 10%. Universe's Most Malevolent is going to be, let's take a look, attack increase of 20%. So that is a very nice link to have active. And again, Fierce Battle is the last one, and that should be attack increase of 20%. So again, a lot of built-in skill sets to tack onto some of the passive support. And again, this is hence why the Strength Cooler non-transformed version is such a great linking buddy, because like I was saying earlier, not only is he providing that support of 30% toward attack with the passive, but also all the links shared is greatly boosting up the overall, you know, not just the attack stats, but defensive stats and everything, you know, building up the ki and all that. So it's definitely very, a very good rotation to set up if you're able to. So where are we at? Turn 49. So already at 8.3 million attack stats, and that's before the super attack even activates. And you know, you do have like Kid Buu on the rotation, obviously a very good unit, provides that 50% attack and defense increase based on, you know, HP being above 80% or something like that, right? And then if it falls below 80%, it's like a 30% increase. So yeah, this guy is getting all kinds of perks through link skills and rotations and support and what have you. So, you know, this is the type of setting where we're essentially trying to build up the attack stats as high as possible. So all the support he can get, the better. So that's pretty much the format. And all the clips you're seeing is pretty much on, you know, most rotations where you do have good support. You know, along with, you know, Kid Buu, you might see Turles, the Int Meta Cooler was also another one that I kind of threw in, but mostly I think the biggest boost you'll get is having Kid Buu on rotation and having HP over 80%. That's pretty much where things stand in terms of like the biggest, not biggest, but best rotation for this type of video. So you saw it quickly approaching 20 million and you know, easily exceeding 1 million in damage applied to Broly, and that's actually very good considering that Broly's defense is quite phenomenal. So 1.5 million with, you know, attacks, you know, it should suggest how high the stats are getting there, you know what I mean? So I don't know, at this point I started worrying a little bit because Broly's HP is surprisingly getting lower a lot quicker than I imagined, and that's, you know, that really does highlight the Strength Cooler's ability to stack up that attack and the multiple super attack potentials and guaranteed crits. Yeah, it does make quite a bit of a difference. What were we at? 21 million at this point, and that was what, like turn, I would say like around 60 probably. Yeah, 60, was it 67 or 63? I can't tell. We'll find out here in a second. All I can say is Broly is definitely not having a good time right now, and Paragus, the Pops, is sitting back seeing his son getting beat up right now, so I'm sure he's not having a good time either. even the non-transformed cooler is hitting for like 3.3 million. That is quite good, and it does help out a lot because in that case, you know, he's dropping enemies' attack and defense and applying pretty decent amount of damage. So yeah, that really tells you like personally, I do like the strength cooler. He is definitely most certainly one of my favorite units, and I'm not going to, you know, sugarcoat it. I personally think he's one of the best units in the game, and you know, I live by that standard. So like you know, I have a personal bias behind it, but you know, I personally think, yeah, he's very, very good. So even the, you know, point being, even the transformed and non-transformed states, they each bring kind of their own, you know, perks to the game a little bit. So yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, the stat, yeah, he's pretty much, Broly is pretty much close to being done, and we're only at 73 turns. I mean, we literally had like 26 more turns left over. And imagine, you know, the equivalent of raising attack. I believe that is what, 25%? Is that what it was? It's actually, yeah, it's a 25%. No, that's not 25. So it's 30%. So the raising attack built-in skill set is equivalent of a 30% increase to attack. So imagine 26 more turns of that on top of, you know, already being at 20 million plus in attack stats. You can imagine how much more it could have potentially gotten. So very easily could have ran the Tech Ultimate Gohan for his money. Tech Ultimate Gohan, I believe, was capping off within 99 turns at about 25 million. So yeah, I mean, he had a lot more gears left over until he topped off. So yeah, 73 turns, and still a lot remaining. I added this because I thought this was funny. Typically, I would like to add a nuking ending. You know, once everything's built up, I wanted to use, you know, the lemo items, all that. I made the mistake here of thinking that the meta cooler unit wouldn't necessarily kill Broly. I thought, you know, Broly had enough HP to where he might have had some HP left over, and you'll pretty much see what happens here. But a little added extra to the video. So hopefully you guys did enjoy it. As always, I do appreciate you watching, and definitely stay tuned for the next one. And until then, I will catch you guys next time.